Welcome to another Let's Play movie. This time we're focusing on Mount & Blade. Now the graphics in this game aren't especially modern. It's the first thing that people see, it usually puts them off. However, the gameplay is the best you will find in a game released during 2010 so far. Nothing comes close to being as good as this year. I can promise you that. Maybe between now and Christmas maybe that'll change, but so far October 2010 nothing's come close to this. Even Civilization 5 pales in comparison to this game's gameplay, and it changes consistently constantly as you go through the game. For instance, right, you start off by generating your character. It can be a number of things. I chose a disenfranchised nobleman who was out for revenge, and he goes to a foreign land, nobody knows him in that land. I'm carrying a banner that nobody recognises, so I've got to earn a new reputation in this foreign land, and I do this by doing jobs like you can see here, and the successful completion of jobs earns me a few brownie points with the locals. You can do the same with villages, other towns, you do the same with nobles. You'll see quite a few quests here in this video actually, just to demonstrate the point. In this one I just got to deliver wine from A to B. If I was a merchant then I'd probably be doing this anyway, but I'm playing a noble knight, so merchant isn't really my gameplay in this particular game, but it could be. It supports it. Now I'll deliver it to that town there, and I'll get paid upon arrival and earn some respect from the neighbours, you might say. Now along the way you're walking around this world, as you can see here. We've got many towns on it, many villages, many castles, and they're all owned by kings and lords, of which you will eventually become one. Once you actually become aligned with one of the kings, you do jobs for the king and he'll give you castles, villages and towns to look after for him. Or you could go it alone and make yourself king and take over castles, towns and whatever else, which I do at one point in my first game, and you'll see some clips of it at the end of this video of my empire after I'd completed the game. But this early clips of me starting a new game, and as you can see this is the stat sheet from one of my NPCs, one of my followers, companions, and as you can see he goes up in levels just like I do, and I can modify his stats. You get quite a few of these. You meet them in the pub basically, and you hire them in the pub. Now this is a quest, what you're seeing here. This guy is wanted by one of the lords, only pretending he's not known, or he doesn't know what we're talking about, and then eventually we get out of him and a fight starts. I'll go back and I'll get paid for dealing with this nefarious man. But anyway, you get lots of quests kicking around, but we're going to try and move on because there's so much in this game that I can't dwell on any one thing for too long. While you're just a humble knight running around doing jobs, you'd be charging around the areas, around the landscape, taking on bandits, killing them, taking them prisoner, selling the prisoners off as slaves for money, going up in levels yourself, changing your own stats, improving your own equipment, and that kind of thing, and hiring new NPC companions, hiring units of men, hiring farmers which you will then take into battle, and they will slowly go up in experience until they become trained warriors themselves. So if I was to go for one of the small villages you see on the map and say I want to recruit some men, and they'd give me 5 men, say, and then I went into battle, they'd become militia after the first battle, and then after a bit longer they'll become trained warriors, might even turn into knights in the end. They can go right up. Here's one time where I've actually agreed to work for a lord temporarily, and he's asked me to go on a campaign with him, and his first job is to send me on a scouting expedition. So you'll see this in a minute. So what I'll do is I'll agree to do the job, I'll go out scouting, and I'll get to the first town, and then suddenly him and the other guy will make peace, and my scouting job won't be needed anymore. So it ends with a fail, but not because I failed, but because peace broke out. You won't see the peace thing, but it does break out. But anyway, you get jobs like that. But these castles and towns you see, the villages you see get looted like that one as it's burning. You go in there, you loot the village, kill everybody in it, etc. The castles, you can actually put the castles under siege in this game. Siege engines, ramps, the lot. You just charge up there. In fact, some of the battles I had in my first playthrough with this game reminded me an awful lot of Helm's Deep from Lord of the Rings. Standing on the battlements fighting the orcs, that kind of thing. You don't see it in this because the game is 200 hours long and I've got a save at the beginning and I've got a save at the end. You don't really see everything in the middle. But trust me, it's there, it's really good. Part of the game is going on to talk to the nobles at these feasts. Now you're not allowed in the feast initially until you align yourself with a lord or you start working for him. But once you do, you can talk to them after you've done jobs together, and your reputation increases with them lords. So they're more willing to work for you, do jobs for you. And if you eventually want to become king, you need their support. And the more they know you, the better they like you, the more likely they are to side with you against their former lord, their former king. Now this is an arena. One of the things that happens during feasts is they have these like tournaments, and this is one of the tournaments for the lord I was working for, and I've joined in this tournament. Now the winner gets a prize and it's a bit more nobility and stuff like that, honour and that lot. Now this is, I'm using mainly a jousting thing here, but I'm not really good at it in this character. My other characters are brilliant with this, but with this one I'm not very good. But every time when the round starts, you're given a different weapon. Sometimes you're on horseback, sometimes you're not. I've kind of made a mosaic here, or a montage of them. This is an ending of a real battle. This is when I'm king and all these knights are mine, and I've actually chose mounted men because they move quicker around the map. And you see I've got prisoners as well, and I'll get loot from them prisoners. But to be honest, I had about 90 of them, they only had about 17, so they stood no chance whatsoever. But because I've already completed the game at this point, I can't really show you me taking on any lords, which would give better loot and better combat and everything else. Plus we only have 15 minutes in this video, and then battles can last a lot longer than that. So you just have to take this as a kind of an introduction to the game. Now here's another town, right? If we look carefully here, we'll see that I own a wool weavery. That's a business that earns me money each and every month, and helps me pay for my troops, because your troops cost money to maintain. The better they are, the more they cost. So in the end, you want your soldiers says to be paid for by industry or by your estates. Now if you're king, you can assign yourself any estate you want, but if you're working for a king, you've got to get him to assign you towns and stuff, and each one he assigns you gives you a bit of an income. But they can also be upgraded as well. Like you've seen the villages, they can have various improvements built in there once you own them, and same with castles. Now here's a tavern in one of the Nordic towns. You can hire men there, you can meet your companions in these places, you can buy rounds of drinks, you can have bar fights. A lot of things happen in pubs or in the taverns. Most of the delivery jobs end in the taverns as well. There's quite a lot of background material going on in these games. Oh, the Mountain Blade. Here's one of my companions here, I'll just rehire him. See, he quit once because he didn't get along with one of the other companions in my party. Here's a village, and this is a village elder. You can do well. He can give you jobs or sell you stuff. And there's a castle. Now I said earlier you can storm castles. Well, here's a castle that I stormed previously. If I go into it, you'll just have a quick look around. You can see the sort of scene. Now, sometimes you have to fight in the actual Lord's main hall, which would be this in this case. And sometimes the castles are stone, sometimes they're wood. Now, this is the actual internal area of the fort area. As you can see, it's like a little village in a way, and there's the main gate. If I walk over here near the outside of the wall, you'll see how high the fort is compared to the surrounding land. As you can see, there's guards on duty. If you can imagine them ladders coming up them walls and siege engines placed against the side of these walls, and you fighting your way in against hundreds of men, that's the kind of battle scenes you expect when you play this. Here's my character sheet. As you can see, I got lots of stats I could update, and here's some more. These men need updating as well. This is my army. They've gained experience through training. So one of the stats I've got in my character is a training stat, so I can train up men by walking around. I don't have to be in combat to train them. They can be trained up while they're in my army. But they also train up in combat, obviously. You've also got these assignments where you can assign a unit to infantry, archers, cavalry, or some custom group, and these are accessible via keys in the game. So you can give them orders in battle to charge, stop, hold position, advance forward, that kind of thing, by picking the key and then picking the order you want. It's quite clever, really. Now here's just the report screens. It tells you all kinds of stuff here, from morale, which lords like you, what your money's like, that kind of thing. There's an awful lot involved in this game. It's actually more of a castle simulator, or not a castle simulator, a medieval simulator. If you imagine a simulation of a kingdom, or the simulation of the founding and ruling of a kingdom, then that is basically what Mount and Blade is. Many times when I've been galloping around the plains taking on men and everything else with my swords, lances and all the weapons in the game, of which there's loads, I've often felt like one of the riders of Rohan, from the Lord of the Rings. Now if you look at this, is a training area where you can actually take training in sparring, all kinds of archery, horse riding, that kind of thing. And this is a trainer, you can talk to and get information. These are all over the place, so if you're not confident with your abilities, you can go there and just train up until you are. But if you actually lose a battle, you're captured, and then they drag you around the landscape for a month or two and then release you. But you lose all your companions and everything, you've got to find them again. As you can see here, I can recruit men from this village, or I can manage it. This is what I was talking about earlier. Let's build a school, there you go. See, that school will now be built in about a month's time. Now we're going to enter another town. As you can see, it's very similar to the others, well, the styles are different, but the similar sort of thing. You've got the shops kicking around each of the streets. In this case, the horse seller. But there's an armourer and there's a weapons deal and everything else. Now this is the lady so-and-so, Katina. I married her when I became king. She's the one that hosts my feasts and my tournaments for me, and also allows me to issue orders to my realm by speaking to her. I can assign anybody I want to the position of minister, but I assigned her because I wanted everybody else to be fighting. And these are the stock I've got for parties and stuff, because you've got to stock up your pantry for the parties. As you can see, there's a number of orders I give. I can make a disloyal vassal, or indict a disloyal vassal for treason. And there's the castles that I can assign to any loyal vassal that works for me. And there's an awful lot of things you can do here, like I wish to replace myself as marshal. See, there's another option. If I clicked on that, I could assign a new marshal. He would then go and start wars for me, and I just do what I do. And this guy here, you see, he's one of my lords. I can tell him we need to start a new campaign, assemble an army, go out and get them for me. You see, it's how it works. There's loads involved in this game, absolutely loads. Trouble is, nowhere can you fit it into a short video like this, so you just have to read between the lines. Anyway, that's about all we got time for, and this is an excellent game, probably the best you'll see this year, 2010. So yeah,